game, and going against Hall of Famer, you want to be on your best game. So I remember just preparing like obsessively for that game and just trying to put my best foot forward. And I mean, it was a battle the whole game, and like you said, he doesn't give up any pressures, and just a lot of preparation went into that one rep. So.
About what the move was, what you did.
Yeah, we had in New England, Coach Belichick liked a third down package where he gave me the liberty to, call the front how I kind of like would see. So we had some games going on, and on the right side, Judon, I told him to do his thing. He had a free rush, two-way go. Then on my side, I had a coordinated rush with Dietrich Wise and Jawan Bentley. I put Jawan Bentley over the center as the rapper, and that kind of almost gave. I had to take the inside move, but I made it look like a two-way go, kind of a little bit, and then yeah, Jawan rapped outside, but I try to make everything look the same almost. So yeah.
What's been different about this camp for you? You spent your entire career training camp wise in one place. What's been different about it? What have you liked?
Yeah, it's just the organization. I'd say just from the atmosphere to, down to the kitchen, the way, you walk in the morning, walk into the building in the morning and they greet you with just so much energy and enthusiasm, just the structure of everything. And, it's just great energy, and it's something that, going into my sixth year, I can appreciate.
How far do you think you've gotten since camp started as far as making progress, feeling comfortable?
It's just a daily thing, man. It's just there's always something you can improve on, always something you can get better at. So just coming in and day out, trying to refine those things and get the nuances of the defense down pat. So
Your memory of that pressure was pretty impressive. Do you
yeah.
remember most plays like that? Is that the way your brain works?
Yeah, I try to take mental snapshots, and if something works, my brain will just kind of lock it in, and then try to build off of that. Or, even the things that don't go right either. You try to sit there and obsess over like why didn't that work or how could I have been better on that. So that's kind of how my brain works a little bit.
And bring about a balance of, am I thinking too much out there?
In a sense, it's kind of like you got to have a cornerback's mentality in terms of next play mentality. You can't sit there and dwell too much because you'll trip over your next step. So you can't control the past, you can't control the future. All you can worry about is right now. So.
You said every day there's something else to focus on, something else to get better at. What was the thing today that you really were dialed in on and something you wanted to work on today?
Yeah, just details. Being locked in. We're going on our third straight day of training camp, so being locked in on the details. The body might be weak, but the mind has to be sharp. So just being on the details.
You had the one season where you had 11 and a half sacks, and then you didn't have any other seasons where you were really close to that. You're probably not that much different of a player that year than the other years. So what was different about that year than the other years?
That year where I think it was 12 sacks or whatever it was. It was, everyone was healthy, and playing under Coach Belichick played a huge role in that. I'll be honest. That played a big part of it. My first year I was hampered by injuries. Second year, 3 sacks, first 2 games. Then, ankle sprain or whatever. And then my third year, and then after that, we were hampered by, I could make all the excuses in the world, to be honest. Like, at the end of the day, you got to play the cards you're dealt. And, that year, the stars aligned. And then after that, life happens. So you just got to keep.
Belichick, why did Belichick make you a better player?
I think just the demand, that he wanted out of his players. And I think also I feel like the relationship I had with him, just like, talking to him about things and the way he would coach me, I feel like I kind of, responded well to it, and I think just the system too, like that the way he ran things, I felt like I was receptive to. So, but yeah.
What comparisons in Vic Fangio do you see with Bill Belichick?
They're both Hall of Famers in their own respective rights, defensive geniuses. So, I wouldn't be doing anyone any justice comparing them. They're both greats, both legends. Vic has his like the wrinkles he has, and this defense is beautiful. And then Coach Belichick had his own wrinkles that made it beautiful as well. Coach Spags had his own wrinkles that made his defense beautiful. So, each artist has their own unique style. So, yeah.
You've been that 12 sack guy, that same player through camp so far.
I mean, that's for you guys to decide. I come out here every day, try to put my best foot forward, and try to help the team win. And just being obsessive with the details, and just trying to be the best player I could be.
Guy in your
Is
room.
there an edge rushing situation way into your decision to come here? Obviously, Brandon retired, Joshua goes elsewhere. How much did that weigh into, obviously, opportunity that being
Yeah, you want to go somewhere where you have an opportunity, where the team wants to give you an opportunity, and great atmosphere. Especially defending Super Bowl or the Super Bowl champs. Definitely played a factor. But yeah, you want to go somewhere where you're able to have a chance.
What's your impression of this edge rushing room been?
Great, young, hungry, versatile, and well coached. Coach Washburn's a hell of a coach. So just we have all the tools. It's just on us to come together.
Two more.
Traded yesterday in Thomas. Having been traded yourself, how do you sort of convey how weird that is from a personal standpoint to have to pick up your life and go play for a different team?
Yeah, fortunately for Book, it's during camp, so it's like you still got a chance to kind of get your footing down, get things settled down. Obviously, it's difficult. You build relationships and friendships and things like that over the years here. But luckily for him, it's preseason, so he can still get the foundations down. I guess in my case, it was middle of the season, so it's a little bit more chaotic. But yeah, it's never easy picking up your life and having to start over, in any type of career path. So, but at the end of the day, we're all grown, and you got to do what you got to do.
How would you describe your chapter of being traded? Andy Reid said it at the owners' meeting. I asked him about it, and he said, because you weren't in training camp, and then he said, I'm not sure he was the best fit for us anyway. Did you feel that at all during your time there? What did you feel?
For me, I wanted to do the best I can to help the team win. Just being around a great organization like that, a Hall of Famer in Andy Reid, Coach Spags, like all those guys. It was great, like going from the worst team in the league to the best team in the league. It was like an eye-opening experience. So just soaking it all up and trying to do whatever I could to help the team win, from special teams to scout team to whatever it was, like just trying to do the best I can.
Last one. It's not your first rodeo with preseason games, but maybe the team, how much do you feel like you need those reps in a game? And I imagine looking forward to it after 10 straight training camps too.
Yeah, preseason is an opportunity to go out there, put your best foot forward, come together as a team and execute. So always a great opportunity when you're able to play some football.